Hey everybody, my name is Kate and I'm here with my very best friend, Zoe Clealand. Zoe,
I
why don't you talk about yourself for a little bit?
have danced all my life, ended up fitting point shoes at about 20, stopped dancing due to an injury, unfortunately, so went full time into point shoe land. Ended up becoming a master for New York City, and then moved on to become the store manager of the only Grishko US location in New York City. And it was a fun, amazing experience. And I've always been obsessed with point shoes my whole life.
A little caveat, Zoe comes with me. She's in London right now, but she comes with me on WhatsApp to all my fittings. She's the only fitter I'll trust, to be honest. She's amazing. And as Zoe knows, I have really gnarly feet. I have two very different feet. So I really trust Zoe with my journey of trying to find the right shoe. Um,
It's been great to be a part of the process.
yeah. And Zoe, of course, has been every step of the way with me with the Pointe Shoe Shellac, which, we've been working on together for about 8 months or so now. So that's been really exciting too, to have all her feedback on the bottle, on the applicator, on the shellac, on everything. So thank you.
Well, I just think it's such a great product, Katie. I'm so excited to be a part of it. I really am. I
Yeah,
think this is
and we're
something
getting
dancers have
really
for a
good
very
feedback.
long time.
Yeah, yeah. It'll be super exciting when we get the manufactured bottle. So, why shellac, Zoe? Why use this product?
Um, Without comparing it to anything else on the market, I think it's a fantastic product. Um, Not only the shellac itself is something that dancers use for their point shoes on a daily basis to reharden their shoes so they can last longer, so you can get more out of your purchase. Um, the fact that you've designed this amazing bottle to help it be more accessible to people every day in the dance studio is, I think, just the winning thing. The fact that you can stick it in your dance bag and take it with you everywhere. You don't have to stress 24-hour, 48 hours in advance about what you may need. You can actually fix the problem in that gift.
Yeah,
Usually you get shellac in these big containers and you can't take it with you anywhere. So it's so amazing that there's now a travel option for this kind of application.
and that's exactly why I made it, because I was like needing to shellac my shoes, and I would be sitting at work going, I can't bring a quart-sized can of shellac to the office. This is crazy. So
You
yeah,
break your
born out of necessity, right? Um,
Yeah.
and as a dancer, now comparing the product, I feel like it's so much better than Jet Glue. Jet Glue actually was hurting my feet. It would dry a little bit sharp. Sometimes it
Mm.
ruin a shoe and make it too hard, and then I like couldn't dance in my shoe. I'd just throw it out. It would get on the
I feel like jet
satin,
glue
real
will
satin.
literally cut, I feel like jet glue will literally cut your skin. It's
Will cut your
so hard
skin.
when it dries.
Yeah, and then applying it, it's so toxic. It's not good for you. And then it could like burn holes in your clothing and your dance bag if it spills. Like it's just a nightmare. So I was so happy to find this alternative.
I always recommended that if anyone under the age of 18 wanted to use it, that they had their parents do it for them instead, which was horrible. I felt so bad for the kids. They were missing out on a big learning experience of bonding with their shoes and getting to know shoes and really working with extending the life of their shoes. And I feel so great about this because you can say to a 12-year-old, here, like, go fix your shoes, make them last longer.
Just
I
don't
think that's
drink.
really great
Yeah.
about any glue in general ever. Yeah.
Yeah. And
So what is,
go.
I was going to say to you, so what do you find um, when this shellac dries inside your shoe and you go to use it, is it easier on your skin? Do you find
Oh
it to be
my God.
less abrasive?
It's like butter. It's so soft. And that's what I like when I first tried it, I was like, wait, did I put enough on? I must not have put enough on because it's not like hurting me. And it's so soft and so smooth and you don't even notice it, but yet your shoes are stronger. Like, okay, I guess it's working and this is just it. It's like, you know, it's like finding like that perfect moisturizer that's not thick and greasy. It's just like, wow, is this working? And then it's amazing. It's something like that, you know, it's like you don't need a really extreme effect to do the job. And I love that it's like subtle but strong. I think that's amazing.
Well, it's like all the reward without risk that was coming along as well.
Totally. And then the fact that you can keep
That's great.
applying it every couple days, every week, whatever you need. I felt like when you reapplied the jet glue, it was like hard on top of hard and it would just become like lumpy. Where this, it's just another coat and you hardly notice it, like I said. So
It becomes more one with the actual fabric of the shoe, doesn't it? As opposed to
right.
sitting on top.
Right. And maybe it's because it's coming from the lac bug. It's a natural product. Maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, but yeah, I just can't
I know, I
believe,
wish I knew the chemistry.
I literally couldn't believe that they're not selling shellac in dance stores. I was like, this is crazy. It's such a good product for dancers. So yeah, I just want to like share it to the world and be like, here, shellac your shoes. I gave it to a dancer yesterday, actually, in class. And she was like, oh, I think this will actually fix my problem. She's like, I hate jet glue in my shoes. I won't use it. I've ruined too many shoes. And she's like, this will really help because I only need support on the top of the box. And it's really hard for me to get the jet glue on the top of the box anyway.
Like in here.
He was just like, love the one. She's like, are you kidding me? I could just exactly precisely put it where I want. I was like, yeah. And she's like, I love
Oh my
this.
gosh. I used to tell people to like drip one drop from afar and then like shake it into the shoe to spread it out and like wait for that to dry and then do another drop and like
And you know, like me, I have no
on.
so I'm like,
No, you were
and then
probably
my shoes ruined. You need like to be like in it, in the moment.
yeah.
And then it's like dancers are always in a freaking rush. I'm sorry. If you're in New York City and you're especially freelance dancers, you're going from work to rehearsal to class to this to that to, and it's just like if you show up to rehearsal and you're like, my shoes are dead, you know, you didn't have
Yeah,
time
what do you,
to sew or whatever. You could do this so fast and
yeah.
can't do the jet glue that fast because you will mess it up. You will mess
So
it up.
think about all the injuries this will prevent because
Yeah, so
people won't have to dance in dead shoes anymore.
let's talk about that. So why shellac? Like why not dance in a dead shoe, Zoe?
I mean, it's probably the worst thing you could do for your foot. As you wear in the shoe, you're going to use certain parts of the shoe more than others. Slowly, it's going to start to tilt into that direction. And you keep dancing on that shoe, your foot's going to be compensating for all of that movement in the shoe. You're really not even going to notice it because your body's so smart. It's just going to keep doing the compensation. And then maybe after class, when you get home that night, you're going to be like, why do my feet hurt so much? Why does my arch hurt so much? Why does my ankle hurt so much? Must be the shoes. But you're not going to realize it's because you've been suddenly shifted off your alignment. You're not actually in proper alignment anymore. So you're reinforcing bad alignment, bad technique, all of those things. Could just reinforce the hardness on the part of the shoe that's wearing down. You would avoid all of that overstretching, overusing, to compensate for the shoe not working as well anymore.
Yeah, totally. And then let's talk about the big pink elephant in the room for lots of dancers, the cost of pointe shoes and how long they last. So like
This is a big
now,
thing, Katie.
Now
It's
she's like
creating so
about
much accessibility.
$130 sometimes. Sorry, there's one brand and they were like $145. I was like,
And they're harder to get.
right.
You're actually having to catch out on another pair. Not only the cost. I mean, the cost is obscene. It's twice as much as it was 10 years ago. And they used to be made, I think. So you're dealing with a lot of manufacturing issues on top of a lot of delays, on top of the cost being twice, if not 3 times as much as it used to be. It's just not fair to the dancer. It really isn't.
Yeah, I've talked
It's
to
such,
dancers
yeah,
who
little.
said, I really want to do more point. I just can't afford to do more point. Because their shoes will die after a week or two. And even in class, dancers will only do 4 combinations on point and we'll switch back to their soft shoe. But then the teacher will say, for what days? And then they have their soft shoes on and they're scrambling to put their point shoes back on. And it's like, I know it's because they're trying to save their shoes. So this is a great way to make your shoes last longer. So you don't have to worry as much about how often you have to keep repurchasing those point shoes.
In your opinion, any applications have in it from your usage? Like, have you
Okay,
gotten
so
20
every dancer is a
applications?
little different, right? So some dancers will do 1 coat, some dancers 2 coats, 3 coats. But so personally, having this bottle in my dance bag, literally have been using it for like 2 months, 3 months, maybe
Wow.
even go longer. Probably even longer because I've been giving them away and doing all weird stuff. But I would personally at least 8 or 9 pairs of shoes.
That's amazing.
That's
And you use
perfect.
it every day, don't you?
Yeah. I use it probably once every 4 to 5 days. I'll do like a application when I first get my point shoes. I'll do the sides of the box, especially because that's where I tend to break my shoes the most. And the top of the box. But then, it's just in my dance bag. So I don't actually even like think about it because if I just feel my shoes are soft, I'll do it, So it's like almost in the back of my head, like resewing your ribbons really quickly. It's kind of in that vein of like, I don't know how often I resew my ribbons. I know they just sometimes get loose and I have to do it. So
Yeah,
kind of like a blended experience in my
still
mind.
amazing. I mean, to think every time you apply, you're maybe getting another hour of dance time out of your shoe, and there's technically only 8 hours of dance time
Yeah,
in a shoe.
that's so
That's
crazy.
essentially only 1 week for a shoe
Yeah.
if you're dancing for an hour a day.
Wow, that's so crazy. Yeah, no, my shoes are definitely lasting like 3 weeks now, for sure.
An hour per.
Way longer. Yeah, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, so you dancers, dance moms, studio owners, retail owners can get this at www.pointeshoeshellac.com. Right now we're retailing at $16.99. We offer shipping all over the world. If you're in New York City, you can just email me, info@pointeshoeshellac.com. I'll just come to you and let you try it, give you a bottle, we'll hang out, we'll get tea, we'll put on point shoes. But it's a wonderful product and I can't wait till the manufactured bottles come and I'm gonna just try to get it into every store that you can think of. So we hope that you do try it. Thank you so much, Zoe, for your time and your expertise and for being you. We love you.
Thank you, Katie. I love this. I'm so proud of it.
Yay. Okay, signing off. Bye.
Bye.